Good morning. That was pretty interesting. First time using that truck tent. Obviously, I was expecting to have some buildup of ice and some frost on it, but didn't realize it's sort of uncomfortable. Couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't get my feet straightened out underneath that plywood or the tonneau cover. I'm gonna have to do some tweaking with that. Probably end up having to take the super cover off each time. And then put my head at the opposite end. You'll see on the if you watch my video on the tent review, my head was right at the door, so I don't know if I had it on right or not. We got a breakfast burrito made. He's got some coffee. So we're gonna go on to the next spot. I don't know the name of it. It's just not too far from here, 5-10 miles. Eventually, we'll probably make our way back to Yellow River State Forest. I didn't know it's Minnesota deer season yet. It's season B. There's another guy that came in. He's hunting and camping here last night, so probably don't want to go disturb anybody else at these different wildlife units in the state forest. So probably head down to Iowa, where I know that there's no deer seasons going on, just small game. 16 degrees outside, so yeah, it's a little brisk out. So let's go see where today takes us. Check out this windy road. 10 miles an hour around all these curves. I bet this one's fun in the wintertime. Yeehaw, that was fun. Alright, the first road we're going to stop at is the Como Park Trail. It's a very, very short trail. You park by the fire station. Don't park in front of it. Make sure you stay back where you're supposed to. But it's a very short trail. It's supposed to be a waterfall at the end. No swimming in the creek. But from what I can tell already, it looks like it's a pretty nice little park. So let's go check it out. Pretty cool seeing the limestone or sandstone bluffs along the sides of the creek. So onward. Well, as you can see, that didn't take long to get to the waterfall. That's pretty sweet. No idea how deep this little pool is. It looks pretty deep. My guess could be some trout in there. The All Trails map only goes to here, but the trail crosses that little bridge and does go up the hill. I'm going to check it out, see where it goes, get a different view of this waterfall, and I'll take you along. Interesting. This looks like this used to be an old dam. Here's some information up at the front by that front gate. I'll go check it out later. Here you go, history buffs. This is the first Lake Como, 1852 to 1909. Washed out August 1909. That is what it would have looked like above the dam. That's pretty crazy. No idea how deep that'd be. And if the dam was still in, over the emergency spillway off to the left. Wow, that's pretty cool. Also some other stuff about Hokah in the history of the town. Alright, still in Minnesota. Another trail on all trails called the Reno Quarry Loop. Starts at the campground that we've been to before to park at. But I knew there's a parking lot up here that's a lot closer to make this a shorter hike. But there's one hell of a good view up here. Obviously, with being the name of Quarry Loop, it must be going into an old quarry. So we'll go see what that is. And it looks like there's trails that keep on going further. I can't remember what the name of that point is, but once we get there, I think we're gonna do it. There's no trucks at this parking lot trailhead that I'm at, so hopefully there's no hunters coming from the backside. But I put on my orange hat, yellow blaze orange on, and of course it's cool enough. I need my puffy coat, and my puffy coat's always red, so that should help as well. So let's get on up here and see what this is all about. Definitely doing some climbing on this one. Backside of this hill is the Mississippi River, and way down there is my truck. Holy cow, this is pretty freaking cool. Never would have known this was up here if I never took this trail. For those of you that are not subscribed to my channel, now would be a great time to go and subscribe if you want to see what the next stuff I could find and go and explore. So subscribe, hit that bell notification, and enjoy the ride. This is gonna be pretty sweet. There was a sign down at the bottom of the hill that said no camping, but yeah, this would be pretty sweet to camp here. But rules are rules, they want nobody up here. I do know on the backside of this hill I did say no trespassing sign up top here, so well, definitely don't want to mess with that one. Well, we're gonna go back the other way and follow the trail and get a view of the Mississippi River. Here's one overlook of the Quarry Loop Trail, or the Quarry Trail. Good friend of mine, Darren Seifman, was up here yesterday in this general area. He said there's thousands of trumpeter swans, the sandhill cranes. Pretty noisy down there on the water. On top of the ridge wall, quarry wall now. So you got a narrow path to go along this ridge. This will be crazy, but great view. The trail does continue on, but being I'm solo, I'm going to do the safe route, take the safe route, and I'm going to end my hike here on this one. I'm going to make it out to that other point, which is going to be an extra bonus overlook to look at. Hopefully the trail's somewhat decent. It looks like some people have been on it. Everything's padded and matted down with the grass. Yeah, right in the middle of the screen, there's the fork. Take them up this direction, and through the trees, you can see the gravel road. Trucks should be right down there. Starting to warm up and be a beautiful day. Okay, here's the start of the trail to go to the lower quarry view, and then it continues on to on a trail called Ferry Rock View, and then comes out to a point. It looks pretty much just like a deer trail with pretty much all the other trails in this area. Nothing's really been maintained over the years, so I'm sure they probably forgot about this one, hence the log we're stepping over. So I'm going to go as far as I can. It says it's like 2/10 of a mile to the lower quarry view, then another 5/10 of a mile to the Ferry Rock overlook. So we'll give it a try, see what happens. Worst case scenario, we turn around and come back. Sorry for the wind, but made it to the end of the little trail for the little Quarry Loop. That's a long ways down. That's not the Quarry Loop. The last video I shot was of that. But where we want to go on the Ferry Rock view, there's the trail. Goes around that contour. That bluff right over there, you see? That, my friends, is Ferry Rock. We are going to go over there, half a mile. See you there. Okay, we sort of came to a roadblock, or at least for me. See that no trespassing sign up there to the left side of the screen? There's a supposed property line that goes down that ravine and straight back up that ravine. And I'll post the All Trails map here so you can see what I'm talking about. But it continues on around this other deep gulch, or hollow as they call them, and we still have to go all the way up over there just to get to Ferry Rock Point. Down below is Hell's Hollow. That's pretty much what I said when I got to this point right there. Holy hell. There's a lot of acorns I'm stepping on with a lot of leaves, so the footing is not that great. I really don't want to end up down in that ravine, because it will take a long time if I have some reception for somebody to come out here to get me. So we're going to play it safe once again and go back to the truck. Alright, just made it back to the parking lot. Back to the truck. I'm going to drive up that hill I know there's another camp spot like the one that was down that we first normally park at. We're gonna go and stop there. I know there's some picnic tables. Gonna go make some lunch. I just heard a noon whistle blow. I think this is across the river over in Genoa. I think is the town across the Mississippi. And make a plan from there where we're gonna go next. I think we're gonna keep on going south. I would like to go into where I wanted to park and go check to see if they actually mowed those trails at Reno and possibly even go up to that backpack spot. But there's a camper there. I know those guys are deer hunting because I've seen some gear out that pretty much they're deer hunting and I don't want to disturb their hunt. So probably be heading down into Iowa. There's two different trails right as you cross the state line, just a little south of New Albany. So we'll get some lunch and see you then. Right there in the middle of the screen is Quarry Bluff. I was just on top of that thing. Pretty sweet. Oh yeah, Yellow River State Forest. One of my favorite places in the entire state of Iowa. All right, well, after driving around, looking at a bunch of different things between the Reno unit in Minnesota, ended up at Yellow River State Forest. We're in, I believe this one's the Little Paint unit, but trout stream right over there. We'll go check that out a little bit later, as long as they're still light. Won't be sleeping in the truck tonight, because we are going to use the good old faithful hammock. Miss sleeping in that thing. I could sleep in that thing every single day. But for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm going to introduce you to it. Can't remember if that's the Superfly or Mountain Fly, Rainfly for it. Of course, these doors will shut all the way, or if it's a hot summer day and no rain, you can open it up. And we'll go inside. This is the War Bonnet Ridge Runner. It's got the spreader bars and make it a nice and flat, even lay. It's a great quilt. Absolutely love it. Underneath, we have a quilt protector. And tonight, we have my big 0-degree under quilt. It's going to be nice and warm on my buns. And then, if you get it open, you can see inside. Maybe. But we also have a 0-degree top quilt. That's the Hammock Gear Burrow. And the under quilt, I believe, is from War Bonnet. Want to make sure that it was going to match up, and I have to search for one for the Ridge Runner. We also have a Ridgeline organizer and a hang time hook. What is that, you may ask? I can put my phone in there, put earbuds in, and watch movies that I have downloaded. There's a quick rundown of my hammock setup. One nice thing at Yellow River State Forest, which I know my daughter Hadley hates, is there's no cell phone reception down this valley. Nice and peaceful, and no outside interference with relaxation. Now that the hammock is hung, the bedding is all unfluffed and getting poofed back out, you know what time it is now. It's time for step 2. Today, we have a new Glarus spotted cow. Close to Wisconsin, so I figured I might give them a little honor, just a little bit. It's Wisconsin. But, cheers. Oh my gosh, I might have to go into Prairie. I think I'm down to 3 cans at home. Might have to restock before I head back to Northwood. But it's time to go for a little walk. We'll go look at that trout stream quick. I see 2 of them in there. The thing is with trout fishing, even though you may see them, does not mean they're going to bite. As clear as this water is, they can see you. Oh, there's about 3 in there. 4. Ha! Wish I had my secret lure and my ultralight rod. I guarantee I'd get them. just because I know exactly what lure that they absolutely love. But it's all pretty cool. Up in the limestone bluffs. Time to get some coals going. Gonna have some deer brats. Got a little mini pecan pie. Hadley says I have to warm it up first. Can't just eat it cold, I guess. It'll be better warm. Of course, we got some Doritos and Chips Ahoy cookies. One thing that's crazy is I'm the only person here. Well, there's one other person way up at the front end of the whole entire campground, but other than that, I'm the only one here at this campsite, or this campground. There's a, I don't know if it's the big or little paint campsite. It's like 2 miles away. There is a person hot tent camping. They got their stove rolling. Smoke was going out when I was driving by. And they have a hammock up, so I'm assuming they have some warm quilts just like I do. Perfect night for it. Hopefully the wind stays down. There we go. Per Hadley's request, we're warming up the pecan pie. Now, she would be really nice. She should deliver ice cream for us to go with the hot pecan pie. Sounds great.